The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. Today, we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. First quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
19 Charger, 19 Mustang.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will go down. The Cowboys sack. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. An early 2nd and long they're facing.
At the 24-yard line.
18 rush.
Back to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Saquon Barkley. A gain of 14 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now a run. Here's the rookie from USC. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Roll. 70.
They'll run. This is Jaden Blue to about the 40-yard line. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Prescott now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And boy, got a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. The pitch to Blue. Down right around the 25. 2nd down and 8. They go again with Blue. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And he is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Check, hurt.
Down the right sideline. He's on his way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. It's their quarterback. 77 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Elliott good on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. Past the 20. 5. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue, 41 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you?
And now off to the races, down the right side. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. What a great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Fans of old school football, they got to be loving this, partner. All 3 drives so far have ended in a touchdown, and all 3 on the ground.
And when you say fans of old school football, count me in, because you just don't see ground games dominate the scoring by pounding the rock like this anymore. To me, this is refreshing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Go to 54, go to 54, line in. Yeah! There we go, line in. Here we go, 40.
They'll try and run again with Blue. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. On first down, it's Blue. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 7. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Prescott. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 26. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Cougar 19. 60, not saying 19.
He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
It sort of looks like they start some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Warriors 17. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. Ready. Panther 60. Panther 6. 79. Go.
And 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw again. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
On the carry, this is Blue. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jaden Blue with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And now it's blocked. And the Eagles have got it. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
At the 50-yard line.
Come on.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
19 light.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. 50 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up. And we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far. Fun to watch. Now, after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge, because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
120 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
First down, and they go right back to blue. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They hand it off. It's blue. And same result. He's going to take this just to the line of scrimmage before running into a brick wall. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he'll find the open man. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. On to give, this is blue. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They decipher.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys have cut the lead back down to 2. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Hurt. Here we go. Cowboy 80.
That's out to the left, flat and complete. And a well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Go, Reed, go. No.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. 3rd and 5.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
Go! Cougar 19.
And they'll give them another shot here on the ground. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
Trap 19.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think the focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
To the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range.
Hey, kill. 47. Go to 54. Hey, kill. We go 47. Hey, 47. 26.
Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 65 yards. And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And this is now a 1-point game.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with a one-point lead, you'd have to think they'll be looking just to get this to halftime. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Looking here for Smith downfield. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Kill! 47!
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's tackled at the 38, but they doubled their yardage. The play started at the 19, and they gained 19. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half, but when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
There he goes left side. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with career touchdown number 70. And the Cowboys come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. A quick throw there is incomplete. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
The guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Now back to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Here is third and quite a ways.
9 on the play. Brings up third down.
And now an audible here into something else.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, they've got the slim deficit, decided to go for it, hoping to keep the football score and erase that deficit. But, boy, deep in their own territory like that.
Let's just say that with that call, me and the head coach will agree to disagree. All right, but he knew he wanted to be aggressive there, as you pointed out. So I guarantee he told his defensive coordinator, have your guys up and ready. I'm willing to go for it here. If we don't get it, just make sure they're ready to go out there and bail us out.
19 tight. Ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. We'll swing this out to Blue. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up second down. Out of the gun, they run with Blue. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. They have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Prescott will try and do this himself. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Now Prescott on fourth down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. This down to 45. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
That is caught at the 7.
And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles have retaken a third-quarter lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in from my cap.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Prescott from the gun. He finds his man complete. It's Peters. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
A gain of 27 on the play. 1st down, Cowboys.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Bush. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now they'll pitch it out here. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive took a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settled things down a little bit.
This is 2nd and 8. Now a first carry here for the running back. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, here we go. Right to point. Then we're going to 53. 26.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Hey, Kill! 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 26.
They'll try to run this one in. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. Now, how about this? They'll change it at the line. An audible here to get a new look.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Ready.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Pat the street.
He'll look to throw. And that's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Yeah. 70 Lions. 60 boxes. 6.
Here's a quick throw caught out wide. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Eagles who got the win on the road, so now they look to finish off the sweep here in Philly.
Bronco 80.
Back to throw again. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Ready, set.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards.
Cougar 19. Warrior 70.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Yeah, here we go.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
47. Here we go, 47. Hey, Skip. Good. Hey, kill. We're going to 54 right here. 26.
Here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Well, the defense circling now. 4th down and 7.
Here we go, 46. Yeah, here we go. Here we go, 47. Here we go, kill. Then we're going to 53. 26.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He's going to let it fly. Oh, he had to force it there on 4th down, and it's intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Well, I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13.
60 by 6.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Now Dak. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now whistles and a timeout call here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game.
The 47-yard line.
One last shot now for Prescott. This is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
This was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Philadelphia, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Your blades are sharp.
body of the young. Project X, this ain't what you want. 1600 block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna rock. Body yada yada. Shorty got that body yada yada. Let's go now. No time, set up. You gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my heart. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
MC, make another hit.
Whoa. This ain't what you want. Project, this ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.